Welcome to Reading and STEM, Episode 2. This week, our book is about programming and coding, and how one girl and a robot can build an entire kingdom of sandcastles using programming and coding. Our book is called How to Code a Sandcastle by Josh Funk, illustrated by Sara Palacios. Let's go! Hello world, I'm Pearl. Oh, it's the very last day of summer vacation. Which means today is my very last chance to build a sandcastle. I've tried every single day, but something always ruins it. First came the flying saucers. Then, the shark attack. And, maybe worst of all, was the moat that Ada Puglace added. But today, I've got the perfect plan. I've brought my trusty, rust-proof robot, Pascal. Say hello to the world, Pascal. Hello, world. He'll do whatever I tell him, as long as I tell him in code. No, it's not a secret code. It's special instructions that computers understand. Now, build a sandcastle, Pascal! I guess he doesn't know how to do that. But a coder takes one big problem and breaks it into several smaller ones. If I give Pascal enough instructions that he does know, we'll build this castle in no time. It'll be easy. Small problem number 1. Find a place to build. Pascal, find a flat spot away from all the dogs and frisbees. No, Pascal! We need to be on land. Too far! I guess I needed to be very specific with my instructions. Pascal, find a flat spot on sand that isn't too close to the water. Whew! This isn't as easy as I thought, but at least you have a place to build. Small problem number 2. Gather up sand. Now, we'll need a huge pile of sand. It's very important to tell Pascal everything in the correct sequence. That means in the right order. 1. Fill the pail with sand. 2. Dump the sand on the spot. 3. Pat the sand down. Great job, Pascal! Now let's do it again. Fill the pail, dump the sand, pat it down. And again. Fill the pail, dump, pat. This is so boring. There must be a coding trick I can use. Aha! A loop! When you need to repeat something in code, you can use a loop. Pascal, loop through this sequence. 1. Fill the pail with sand. 2. Dump the sand on our spot. 3. Pat the sand down, and repeat. Well, this still might take a while. I'm going to relax while you work. Uh-oh! I think that's big enough, Pascal. Time for a break. Small problem number 3. Shape and decorate the castle. Let's each find some fancy decorations and bring them back here. I've got seashells. What do you have, Pascal? No, that's way too big. You need to find something smaller. We need something that isn't moving. Oh, Pascal, that's not even ours. Maybe I need to give him better instructions. An if then else should do the trick. If the item you see is small and doesn't move and doesn't belong to anyone, then bring the item back to the castle. Else, find something different. Perfect! Let's shape the castle and decorate. Now our castle is finally finished. Wait here. I'll be back with some toys. Are you ready to play? Oh no! What happened? Oh, of course. It's high tide in our castle. It's all gone. Go ahead. Pee. You can't make a moat today. Wait. A moat! A moat would have protected the castle from the tide. Ugh, if only I thought of that earlier. It took half the day to figure out how to code a sandcastle. But, hold on. I already wrote the code to build a sandcastle. I can easily use all that code again. 1, find a place to build. 2, gather up sand. 3, shape and decorate the castle. But we're not done. Now we've got a new problem. Small problem number 4, build a moat. I think a new sequence should solve this small problem, and I already know how to write one of those. 1, dig around the outside of the castle. 2, fill the pail with sand. 3, empty the pail away from the castle. And we need to repeat that until we've gone all around the castle. I know, another loop. 1, dig around the castle. 2, fill the pail with sand. 3, empty the pail away from the castle. That's enough, Pascal. Hooray! Our sandcastle is finished and safe from the ocean. Let's play. Hey, Pascal, now that we know how to code one sandcastle, we can code an entire kingdom. The end. If you have the chance to borrow or buy this book, we highly recommend it. This book has even more information on coding and programming and the organization called Girls Who Code inside. Bye! Check out our Instagram, FTC14904, and look for a post with this book cover and the header of STEM in Action. This will lead you to more information about programming and coding, plus a fun STEM experiment.